When we first started out as Soundgarden, we had mostly had punk rock audience and kids with skateboards coming to see us. People who are fans of bands like Killing Joke, people who are fans of bands like The Clash, like Big Black or Sonic Youth or Bad Brains. Suddenly, there were elements and influences in Seattle bands that were drawing people from the suburbs who were really just metal fans. Those two groups were coming together and clashing in some ways. Sometimes it was violent, it was a little uncomfortable, and it was a little bit unusual. And to know who our fans were suddenly became a little bit confusing. There were the fans that were wearing plaid shirts and had long hair, but 2 years before that had a mohawk. Then there were the fans that had plaid shirts and long hair because they'd always had plaid shirts and long hair. And, you know, they had just taken off their Aerosmith shirt to put on a Nirvana shirt. It was a little confusing, and I think to some degree, when these Seattle bands became commercially successful, it became a little awkward when you would look through a magazine and see a Soundgarden article or a Pearl Jam article, and then you would turn the page and it would be an article on Great White. We started feeling a little bit uncomfortable and self-conscious, like, does that make us the same thing? And I think at that age, when you're in your early 20s, those existential dilemmas are always at the forefront, and those are the things, you know, you're still discovering who you are. The kind of music that you make and that you're presenting is more important to you than anything, and it doesn't matter who you're associated with, even if it's in print. But it felt to me like there was a definite awkward period, and what I refer to or Tom Morello refers to as the punk rock guilt. This was the first generation of people who were raised on punk rock music and kind of followed the punk rock Bible, but that suddenly were having incredible commercial success. What happened with Kurt Cobain is probably the easiest way to present that and say this was the worst example, I think, of the outcome of that kind of clash.